Vanished. A London mystery. The city hums with an energy that never seems to sleep. The streets are alive with the constant movement of people, cars, and the ever-present hum of life. A symphony of car horns and distant sirens fills the air, creating a chaotic yet familiar soundtrack. London, 1997, a city in the midst of transformation. It was a time of change, a time of hope. The city was evolving, embracing new possibilities and opportunities. The streets buzzed with the excitement of a new era, but for one family, it marked the beginning of an unending nightmare. The Fenech family, like many others, had dreams and aspirations, but their world was about to be turned upside down. Carmel Fenech, a young woman full of life, vanished without a trace. She was vibrant, full of dreams, and had a future that seemed bright and promising, swallowed whole by the city she called home. The bustling streets that once felt familiar and safe now seemed ominous and unwelcoming. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through her community, leaving behind a chilling question: what happened to Carmel? Friends, family, and neighbors were left in a state of disbelief and fear. This is her story, a tale of mystery, loss, and the relentless search for answers in a city that never stops moving. London, 1999. Still grappling with the unanswered questions and the haunting absence of Carmel Fenech. Carmel, a life unfolding. Carmel Fenech was more than just a name on a missing persons report. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend. Born and raised in the heart of London, Carmel exuded a warmth that drew people in. She had dreams, aspirations that shimmered like the city lights she loved. But life, as it often does, had its own plans. Carmel's story wasn't a fairy tale. It was real, raw, and ultimately tragically unfinished. Troubled waters, friendships, and fears. In the heart of 1990s London, the city was alive with the hum of life. Yet for some, it was a place of hidden struggles and silent battles. Life wasn't always easy for Carmel. She navigated the bustling streets with a heavy heart, her mind often clouded with worries that seemed to have no end. The city, with all its vibrancy, sometimes felt like a maze of shadows. Her close-knit circle of friends knew her struggles, the whispers of trouble that sometimes clouded her bright spirit. They shared moments of joy and laughter, but beneath the surface, they sensed the undercurrents of her distress. There were whispers of arguments, of a darkness encroaching on her world. The late-night phone calls, the hushed conversations, all pointed to a growing tension that was hard to ignore. Fear, a silent spectre, began to cast a shadow over Carmel's life. It followed her through the alleyways, lingered in the corners of her mind, and made her question the safety of her own surroundings. She confided in those closest to her, sharing fragments of worry, painting a picture of unease. Her friends listened, their hearts heavy with concern, but they could only grasp pieces of the full story. Little did they know these fragments would become crucial pieces of a heartbreaking puzzle. Each shared secret, each moment of vulnerability, was a thread in the tapestry of Carmel's life, a life that was slowly unraveling before their eyes. The bonds of friendship were tested as they tried to support her, not fully understanding the depth of her fears. They stood by her, offering comfort and solidarity, but the true nature of her struggles remained shrouded in mystery. As the days turned into nights, the weight of unspoken fears grew heavier, and the line between friendship and fear blurred, leaving them all to wonder what lay ahead. The last appearance, Camberwell Court. This historic building, with its grand architecture and imposing presence, has witnessed countless stories unfold within its walls. The imposing structure of Camberwell Magistrates' Court stood as a symbol of justice, a place where right and wrong were meant to be determined. Its stone facade, weathered by time, held the echoes of many lives that had passed through its doors. It was here, within these hallowed halls, that Carmel was last seen. The corridors, filled with the murmurs of anxious conversations and the footsteps of those seeking justice, bore silent witness to her final moments in the public eye, the date etched in the minds of her loved ones. It was a day like any other, yet it would become a significant memory for those who knew her. The clock struck the hour, marking the passage of time, as if counting down to her appearance before the judge. The reason for her presence now clear. Carmel stood before the judge facing a minor legal issue. Speculations were put to rest as the judge handed her a small fine, resolving the matter swiftly. Witnesses reported seeing her, a flicker of recognition in their eyes, but their accounts are fragmented, incomplete. Some recalled her anxious demeanor, others mentioned a brief conversation, but none could provide a clear picture of her actions that day. Carmel was last seen leaving the court with an older male. This was the final known sighting of her. The once bustling courthouse now seemed eerily quiet, as if it too mourned her absence. The mystery of her disappearance left a void, a story unfinished, and a community searching for answers. Mapping the mystery key locations. To understand the mystery of Carmel Fenech's disappearance, we must trace her footsteps, retracing the paths she walked in those final days. Her home, a place of comfort, now stands as a painful reminder of her absence. The familiar streets she navigated, the shops she frequented, all hold silent clues. And then there's Camberwell Court, a looming presence forever linked to her disappearance. Ticking clock, a timeline of disappearance. Time, once a constant companion, transformed into a relentless adversary in the search for Carmel. The hours after her last sighting stretched into days, then weeks, then years. Each passing moment chipped away at the hope that gnawed at the edges of despair. The timeline, a cruel reminder of time's passage, became a map of unanswered questions.
"Not knowing is the hardest part," whispers Carmel's sister, her voice thick with unshed tears.
The pain in her eyes reflects the agony of countless families torn apart by the unknown.
The police, their faces etched with determination, speak of dead ends and fading leads.
The investigation, though cold, remains open, a testament to their unwavering commitment to finding answers. Time may have faded the headlines, but the questions surrounding Carmel's disappearance remain as vivid as ever. The news reports, once filled with urgency, now serve as haunting reminders of a story left untold. Theories abound, whispers of what might have been, but concrete answers remain elusive. Carmel's case, though relegated to the archives, refuses to be forgotten. Somewhere out there, someone holds the key to unlocking the truth behind Carmel Fenech's disappearance. Perhaps it's a fleeting memory, a detail overlooked, a whisper in the night. No piece of information is too small, no lead insignificant. If you have any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward. Your voice could be the missing piece that brings closure to a grieving family. Carmel's story is a stark reminder that even in the bustling heart of a city, darkness can lurk and lives can be changed in an instant. Though years have passed, the hope of finding answers burns bright. Share her story, keep her memory alive. Someone, somewhere knows something. Let's bring Carmel home. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more updates on cold cases and mysteries.